Hey friends, it's Chris, the Earthborn Alchemist, and I'm introducing you to another plant in your edible backyard. This one, it literally grows everywhere, all over the world, and it's an amazing plant because I know I say that about all the plants, but it's super amazing, both medicinally and its edibility, and chances are you have it growing in your backyard right now. This plant here is known as Blackjack, it's known as cobbler's pegs, it's known as Spanish pegs, but its actual name, its scientific name is Biden's Pilosa or Biden's alba, and there's literally dozens of Biden's species, but this one here I've identified as Biden's Pilosa. Now, this one is most similar to Biden's alba, and the big difference is literally the size of it. So Biden's Pilosa, you can see the flower. Pilosa, think lesser. Biden's alba, think big owl. It's bigger, so you basically have bigger flowers on the Biden's alba. It makes no difference in terms of the identification. You can see the bees absolutely love this plant, and here in Florida, this is one of the three main producers of local raw honey, is this plant. You can identify it really easily because in springtime particularly it has these flowers, but you also notice these. Everyone's familiar with them. They're called cobbler's pegs, or whatever you want to refer to them as, and they basically stick to everything. They're a dual forked peg, and you've probably picked them out of your clothes in frustration many times. This plant is one not to eradicate. I know it can be a pain in the butt, especially when you're bringing these pegs inside, but it's a plant that is so applicable to us. Every single part of this plant is usable. The leaves of the flowers, you can literally pick them off and eat them. It's what they call a wild trail mix. So you could, if you were hiking and you came across this and you were hungry, you could literally pick the leaves off the flowers and eat them for a little kick, a little sustenance. The leaves, you can eat them in place of spinach, and they're what's known as a pot herb. So you would prepare it the same way that you would prepare spinach. Like, you can eat them raw, especially when they're young. Like, these ones, as they get bigger, they're not so applicable. But the best way to go about using the leaves is just the same way that you would prepare spinach, in a pan or a pot. The most amazing thing with this particular plant, though, is it is very medicinal. It has amazing properties against things like virus, bacteria. It has huge antitoxin properties. So if you were to take the leaves and dry them and make a tea out of them and drink the tea daily, you're going to stay well. It boosts immune function. So if you do have autoimmune disorder, steer clear of this one. So it does help boost your immunity. It's anti-inflammatory. The leaves have always been used typically to help, topically with overcoming infection in wounds and that sort of thing. So it's truly an amazing plant, and you can see, like, it's not just growing here. Like, it's all the way through my garden, popping up. It's over there. It's all the way through the lawn. All those little white flowers popping up. That is this trying to come up. So my whole yard would be full of this if I let it grow. And that's really reassuring to know, because it is such a viable source of both food and medicine. So check it out, do your research. Like everything I share, this is purely informational. This is not instructional. Don't use any content of this video to go and try and identify this plant. Make sure you have 100% correct identification before you work with it, because it's too easy to poison yourself with plants. Have fun though. Get out and explore the natural world. Get out and become a part of it. Get out and allow yourself to immerse and reconnect with the natural world, because that's what's going to make a difference moving forward.